Now let us understand the multiplication of decimal. Let's take some example. Find 0.2 multiply 6. First do the simple multiplication, means 2 6 are 12. Now where you have to put the point, first check the number. Here first number, after point there are 1 digit. Here no point. So total it's a 1 digit. So from the right hand side you have to count one number and put the point there. So it's a 1.2. Now let's take another example. 2.71 multiply 5. First do the simple multiplication. 271 multiply 5. 5 ones are 5. 5 sevens are 35. 5 here, 3 carries. 5 twos are 10 plus 3 it's a 13. Now let's check the number. 2.71, after point there are 2 digits. Here no point. So from the right hand side you have to count two numbers 1 and 2 and put the point here. So answer is 13.55. Let's take another example. 1.3 multiply 3.1. First do the simple multiplication. 13 multiply 31. So put the 0 at here. 3 3s are 9. 3 1s are 3. 1 3s are 3. 1 1s are 1. 0 plus 3 it's a 3. 9 plus 1 it's a 10. 0 here. 1 carry. 3 plus 1 it's a 4. Now let us check the number. After point there are 1 digit. Here also after point there are 1 digit. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 digits. So from the right hand side you have to count the 2 digit and put the point there. So it's a 4.03. Now let's take another example. 0.1 multiply 51.7. First do the simple multiplication. 517 multiply 1 it's a 517. Now where you have to put the point, first check the number. After point there are 1 digit. Here after point there are 1 digit. So 1 plus 1 it's a 2. So from the right hand side you have to count the two numbers 1, 2 and put the point there. So it's a 5.17. Now let's take another example. In that we have to do the multiplication of decimals with 10, 100 and 1000. So first 1.3 multiply 10. So we can write it 1.3 as a 13 divide 10. After point how many digit? 1. So we can put the 0 below at 1. So it's a 10. Multiply 10. 10, 10 cut. Your answer is 13. Let's take another example. 31.1 multiply 100. So 311. After point there are 1 digit. So put the 1 0 below. Into 100. 1 0 0 cut. So your answer is 3110. Let's take another example. 0.03 multiply 1000. 3 divide 100 because after point there are 2 digits. So it's a 100. Multiply 1000. Here also 2 to 0 cut. So answer is 30. Now from these examples we can observe that when the decimal number is multiplied by 10, 100 and 1000, the digit in the product are same as in the decimal number, but the decimal point in the product is shifted to the right by as many of places as there are 0 over 1. Means if there is a 1 0, then decimal point shifted 1 at the right hand side. So it's a 13. Similarly here 2 zeros. So decimal point shifted 2 points from the right hand side. So it's your answer. Similarly there are 3 0. So the decimal point shifted 3 digits right hand side. So your answer is 30. Now let us understand the division of decimals. Let's take example. Find 0.4 divide 2. Now first convert into simple form. After point there are 1 digit. So here below it's a 1 0. So it's 4 by 10. Divide 2. Now 4 by 10, put the reciprocal of 2, it's a 1 upon 2, put the multiplication sign instead of division. So it's a 4 by 10 multiply 1 upon 2, 2 2s are 4, so it's a 2 upon 10. Now below there is 1 0, so put the point from the right hand side, count the one number. So from right hand side here only 2 and put the point 1 digit. So 0.2, 0.2. Now let's take another example. 0.35 divide 5. First convert into simple form. After point there are 2 digits. So put the 2 0 below. So it's a 35 by 100 divide 5. Now put the reciprocal of this. It's a 1 upon 5 and put the multiplication sign instead of division. So it's a 35 by 100 multiply 1 upon 5. 5 sevens are 35, so 7 by 100. Now below there are 2 0, so you have to start from the right hand side, count the 2 digit, and after 2 digit you have to put the decimal point. So here 7, no other digit, so put the 0. Now from the right hand side 1 and 2 digit and put the point there, so it's a 0.07. Now let's take another example. 0.80 divide 5. First convert into simple form. 80 divide 100, because after point there are 2 digits. So 80 divide 100 divide 5. Now convert into reciprocal form. So it's a 1 upon 5. Put the multiplication instead of division. So 80 by 100 multiply 1 upon 5. Here 16 5s are 80. So 16 by 100. Below there are 2 zeros. So you have to put the decimal point from the right hand side. Count the 2 digit and put their decimal point. So 1 and 2, put the decimal point at here. So it's a 0.16. Now let's understand the division of decimals by 10, 100 and 1000. Let's take one example. 4.8 divide 10. First convert into simple form. After point there are 1 digit, so you have to put the 1 0 below. So it's a 48 divide 10. Now put the reciprocal of 10, so it's a 1 upon 10. Put the multiplication sign instead of division. So 48 by 10 multiply 1 upon 10. So 10 tens are 100, so it's a 48 by 100. Now below there are 2 0, so you have to put the point from the right hand side 2 digits. After 2 digits you have to point the decimal point. So 1 and 2, so put the point at here 0.48. Now second one, 2.7 divide 100. First convert into simple form. 27 by 10. Now put the reciprocal of this 1 by 100. Put the multiplication sign instead of division. So it's 7 upon 100. 27 by 1000, because 10 multiply 100, it's a 1000. Now there are 3 0 below, so you have to put the decimal point from the right hand side after 3 digits. So it's a 1, 2 and 3. And put the point here, so it's a 0.027. Now the third one, 7.9 divide 1000. First convert into simple form. 79 by 10 multiply 1 upon 1000. It's a reciprocal of this, and put the multiplication sign instead of division. So it's a 79 by 10 multiply 1 upon 1000. Now 10 multiply 1000, it's a 10,000. So here below 1, 2, 3, 4 0. So you have to put the decimal point from the right hand side, count the 4 digits. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4 and put the point here. So your answer is 0.0079.